Hi everyone, I'm Wafalango and welcome you all in Grammar in Detail. If you are new and not subscribed the channel, so subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get some more videos about grammar. Today we are going to talk about the seventh kind of verb that is known as complex transitive verbs. Complex means incomplete transitive which can be changed into passive voice and verb which shows an action. So let's start it with its definition. Those verbs which are followed by an object and a complement are called complex transitive verbs. Complex transitive verbs are also known as incomplete verbs, and those verbs which are followed by an object and a complement. And let us a little bit talk about the object and complement. What is the concept? If I make a sentence, I say, I call you. Here, you is your object. I am a teacher. And here, teacher is not an object, it is a complement. And what is complement? A word which tells us the nature of subject is called complement. One thing should be in your in your mind as we'll start the kinds of complement. There are two kinds of complement. One is called the subjective complement, and one is known as objective complement. Objective complement. And I have already taught them in parts of sentence where I have taught the subjective complement. Here, teacher is subjective complement because it is adding something in the meaning of subject. But in complex transitive verbs, we will be talking about objective complements. Why? Because that is adding something in the meaning of object. That's why we call it objective complement. So in description box, I'll be sharing the link where you will be able to understand the topic about complement and what are the subjective complements. You'll learn it there, and objective we will be talking here. So let's discuss further about it. What are your complex transitive verbs? These are your complex transitive verbs which I have written here, which are known as make, consider, find, believe, declare, elect, judge, keep, know, label, name, presume, pronounce, prove, rate, regard, think, etc. So I've tried my best to write some of them for you, but these will be more than enough in my point of view. These are called your complex transitive verbs or incomplete verbs, and they are such verbs which need an object and a complement. Without that, they won't give complete meaning. So those verbs which are followed by an object and a complement are called complex transitive verbs or incomplete transitive verbs. Why we call them complex transitive verbs? Because they give incomplete meaning if you put one of them. Even sometimes the meaning will be wrong. For example, I say we made Imran Khan the president. Here, if we talk about Imran Khan, made your complex transitive verb. If we put Imran Khan, if I say we made Imran Khan, definitely we cannot make Imran Khan. But if I say we made president, a question arises, whom did you make president? Actually, he is the prime minister, but sentence is also, correct if you call it president. Prime minister, he is our prime minister. So we will be talking about it. We made Imran Khan prime minister or the president. Now, over here in this sentence, one thing should be in your mind. Imran Khan is your object and president is your complement. And it is your objective complement. Why? Because it is adding something in the meaning of object, not in the meaning of your subject. That's why we won't call it subjective complement. We will call it objective complement. We made Imran Khan president. And if I say we made Imran Khan, now we are not the God that will make Imran Khan. And if I say we made president, incomplete. If you don't put object, the meaning will be wrong. And if you don't put complement, the meaning will be incomplete. So wrong and incomplete concept is there. So for that we call it complex transitive verbs or incomplete verbs. and incomplete verbs need their object as well as a complement. That's why we call them complex transitive verbs. We made Imran Khan president. And why do we call it transitive? Because it can be changed into passive voice, and there are two ways to change them into passive voice. Like I say, we made Imran Khan president. The first way, you will bring Imran Khan at the beginning. Imran Khan was made by us president, and president at the beginning, by us at the end. That will be the second way. Both are right. Imran Khan was made president by us. So these are the two ways to write their passive. Imran Khan was made by us president. Imran Khan was made president by us. So that is the these are the two ways to change them into passive voice. So that's why we call them transitive, which can be changed into passive voice. And there are two ways to change them into passive voice. So those verbs which need two objects, those verbs which need an object and a complement and can be changed from active voice into passive voice into two ways are called complex transitive verbs. Next example we will be talking about. The next example is you consider him brave. Now you consider him. A question arises. Consider is over here your complex transitive verb. I say you consider him. A question arises, what's brave? You consider brave whom? Him. So over here this is your objective complement, which is adding something in the meaning of object, and that's why we call it objective complement. And without an object and a complement, the meaning of consider won't be clear and understandable. You consider him brave. You consider whom? Him. What's brave? You consider brave whom? Him. You consider him. What's brave? So this is what it needs an object and a complement both to complete its meaning. It's known as complex transitive verb. We will talk about the third example. I found them honest. Now I found them. If I don't put even complement, I say I found them. I searched them, and I found honest. A question arises, whom? So for that you need to put an object and complement both to complete its meaning. And again I'm telling you, it is your objective complement adding something in the meaning of your object, not subject. I found them honest. Now I found honest whom? Them. I found honest whom? Them. I found them what? Honest. I found them honest. So for that your object and your complement both are necessary to complete the meaning of your verb found, which is known as your complex transitive verb. After that we have got they declare you a thief. Now they declare you what? A thief. They declare a thief whom? You. So this is known as your complex transitive verb declare, which needs an object and a complement to complete its meaning. That's why we call it complex transitive verbs. Last example, he thought her loyal. He thought means he thinks about her what? That that she is loyal, and she is what for her? For him, loyal. So again it is objective complement adding something in the meaning of her and followed by an object and a complement. So those verbs which are followed by an object, him, them, you, are, and a complement, brave, honest, thief, loyal. One thing should be in your mind, your object will always be a noun, pronoun or noun, clear, and your complement will be always an adjective. And what is an adjective? Which adds something in the meaning of noun and pronoun to complete its meaning. So those verbs which are followed by an object and a complement and can be changed into passive voice into four ways are called complex transitive verbs. You consider him brave. He is considered by you brave. He is considered brave by you. And the third one, now you will change into passive voice. I found them honest. They were found honest by me. They were found by me honest. They declare you a thief. You are declared by them a thief. You are declared a thief by them. They he thought he thought her a loyal. She was thought by him a loyal. She was thought a loyal by him. So these are the two ways to change them into passive voice. Hope you got today's lecture. Wish you best of luck. See you next time with next lecture. Goodbye.